everyone. This is Dr. Live with New Insight. And thank you so much for joining me in another video. Today, I want to share something very personal. These are things I had to learn many times the hard way to protect my own mental health. Here on my channel, I provide practical and clinical advice. The lessons in this video especially are shaped by personal experiences, growth, loss, reflection, and maturity. If you see yourself in any of this, know that growth is not about becoming someone else. Instead, it's about becoming healthier, stronger, and more aligned with who you truly are. So here are 7 lessons I learned, things I started doing for my own mental health. Number 1, be assertive. For many years, from an early age, I used to be very passive. I was always soft-spoken and shy. I wouldn't say what I really thought. If something bothered me, I kept it to myself. And not to be dishonest or manipulative, because that's never been who I am, period. But because I worried about coming across rude, dramatic, difficult, or disrespectful. I didn't want to hurt feelings or cause tension, so I just learned to stay quiet. I let things slide. I would avoid conversations and confrontation at any cost, and just to keep the peace. But in reality, it only created anxiety and in some cases resentment, and I was exhausted from overthinking. Where I did feel freedom and boldness to express myself was through writing. At an early age, as young as elementary school, I wrote poetry, short stories, and essays. Writing became my safe space. It allowed me to process my thoughts and feelings and say things I didn't yet have the courage to say out loud. Then I entered into a profession where I provide counseling, therapy, coaching, consulting, teaching, and supervision. I learned that, like so many other issues, if you can't address your own issues within yourself, you certainly won't be effective at guiding others. My work required me to be direct, to set boundaries, to confront issues, to advocate, and to resolve problems. So I learned both personally and professionally how important assertiveness and healthy boundaries really are. Being assertive isn't about aggression, control, or dominance. It's about clarity, self-respect, and about expressing your needs, feelings, and limits in a way that is firm but compassionate. And lastly, it's about honoring your truth without shrinking it to make others comfortable. Number 2, set boundaries. My natural personality is to give 1,000%. I have a strong work ethic. I believe in growth, excellence, and being my best self. I'm also a very empathic person. I want to see everyone happy and thriving. And although these are beautiful qualities, without healthy boundaries, they can become self-sabotaging. So it was a challenge for me to rest, slow down, lighten the load, say no sometimes, not overcompromise or overextend myself, to delegate activities or allow others to help. What others often called doing too much often didn't feel like enough to me. And what others described as stressful actually felt normal to me. But just because you can carry something doesn't mean you should. And this is why you will hear me say in my videos, just because you could does not mean you should. I often advocate on being selective and protective of your heart, mind, body, and resources. Know that rest and walking away are okay. Refusing to entertain what you don't want is okay. Number 3, work on self-confidence and self-esteem. When I thought I loved myself, I didn't. I had to look at the way I was treating myself and allowing others to treat me. I wouldn't give myself credit, always discounting myself and being my worst critic. I value humility, and I never wanted to appear arrogant or too much. In school and relationships, professional relationships, I learned to dim my light so that others could shine. I didn't want to intimidate anyone or seem stuck up. But shrinking yourself for acceptance is not healthy. It's not sustainable. And confidence is not arrogance. Self-respect is not pride. and letting your light shine is not selfish. I had to learn that belonging doesn't require shrinking myself to fit into someone else's comfort zone, and I don't have to dim my light or silence my voice just to be accepted. Number 4, prioritize my needs and self-care. I learned to fill my own cup, that making myself a priority is necessary. It doesn't mean I neglect others. It just means I recognize that I can't give what I don't have, and that overextending myself is actually a sure way to work against myself. It drains and depletes you and is not sustainable. So I learned to be good to myself, to not wait for someone else to pour into me first, and this meant not relying on external validation, and not to base my value and worth on how others treated me or even how they behaved. This meant I stopped taking things so personally, and I separated the fact that just because something hurtful or disappointing was done to me doesn't mean it's really about me, and certainly not a measure of my value, worth, or importance, because no one determines that except for me. I learned to be okay if someone did or if they didn't, by becoming secure within myself first, accepting myself, and accepting that people will be who they are and not what I want or need them to be, even if my needs are fair and reasonable. And I have to accept that, not attribute it to my worth or perceived lack, and just keep moving forward, filling my own cup and moving towards people who will appreciate and reciprocate. Life, especially loss, teaches you how precious time and energy are. Self-care is not indulgence, it's maintenance for your mental and physical health and overall well-being. Number 5, stop feeling obligated. I had to unlearn the belief that I owed everyone something, my time, my energy, my access, and my immediate yes whenever they had a request. For a long time, I thought being kind meant always being available. I thought being caring meant never disappointing anyone. And I thought that giving meant stretching myself thin. But here's what I've learned in a very practical way. You can be kind, loving, and generous and still have limits. And every adult especially is responsible for managing their own emotions and their own happiness. It's not my job to regulate how someone feels about my boundaries. And it's not my responsibility to keep everyone comfortable. Not every invitation requires attendance. Not every request requires a yes. And not every relationship requires unlimited access to you. Sometimes the most respectful thing you can say is, I'm not available. No long explanation, no guilt-driven overcommitment, just honesty and clarity. When you say yes out of pressure, fear, or obligation, you usually pay for it later with exhaustion or resentment. And that resentment shows up in your tone, your energy, and your withdrawal. Obligation can quietly trap you, but willingness feels different. So it's always better to say no up front than to say yes and silently carry anger, bitterness, or resentment. It's better to disappoint someone briefly than to disappoint yourself repeatedly. Being healthy isn't about doing everything for everyone. It's about choosing what you give freely and not forcefully. Number 6, protect my peace. I learned to vet people more carefully, to pay attention to energy, to be mindful of what I consume, including what I read, watch, listen to, because energy transfers and environment influences your mood. I learned to trust my intuition. If something feels off, I don't ignore it. If something feels draining, I create healthy boundaries or distance. Peace is not passive. It should be protective. Number 7, balance solitude with social time. I'm naturally introverted. I'm comfortable alone. I've never been driven by competition or popularity, and I don't envy others. I'm content in my own lane, doing my own thing. But I also had to learn that too much isolation can stunt growth. Solitude restores, but isolation restricts. There's a powerful difference between the two, even though on the surface they can look the same. Solitude is intentional. Isolation is disconnection. Solitude is chosen. It's a pause that allows your nervous system to settle, your thoughts to organize, and your identity to breathe outside of external demands. Healthy solitude can increase self-awareness, improve emotional regulation, restore energy, strengthen creativity, and reduce feelings of being overwhelmed. Isolation, on the other hand, is often driven by avoidance, fear, shame, depression, anxiety, or unresolved hurt. It's not restorative, it's restrictive. And isolation slowly narrows your world. It can reinforce negative thinking patterns, increase rumination and overthinking, heighten anxiety and social fear, deepen depression, reduce perspective, and distort self-perception. Growth doesn't happen in isolation. You need real conversations, feedback, and sometimes disagreements to stretch you. Other people may help you see blind spots that perhaps you can't see on your own. And that's why a healthy balance matters of solitude and social time, time to reflect alone and time to grow with others. So, just speaking personally, I want to say always prioritize your mental health, your happiness, and peace. You cannot control how someone else thinks, feels, or responds. All you can do is be honest, tactful, respectful, mindful of your approach, and always speak your truth. When I speak my truth and set boundaries, I'm not judging. I'm deciding what's healthy for me, and I have a right to do so. If I choose not to engage, it's not arrogance. It's self-love and self-protection. Some people aren't trying to understand you. Instead, they're trying to keep doing what benefits them. Some people are looking for a reason to have a problem with you. And some people will take offense no matter what you say or how gently you say it. Protecting your mental health means making intentional choices about how you treat yourself and how you allow others to treat you. It means making value-based decisions, not impulse-driven decisions. It means maintaining healthy boundaries, honoring your feelings and your need for solitude while still nurturing the relationships that truly matter. So always protect your mental health, know that mental health matters, and be good to yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.